Okay, so this is the writing club session 4. Today is our last session. Um, so I've revised everyone else, the work that I've been sent so far. Some of it, I haven't gotten anything from the color assignment, but we could still do that today. I can share the slides from that and we can go for it, and we could do that as well as today's assignment. But yeah, I've revised the other work, and I think Dr. Sharf will make the document available to you all if it's not already, so you can see what's been changed, and then you can compare what you have based on what I have made corrections to, and hopefully you can learn through that. And so let's have a lot of fun today. Let's see the next one. So today's assignment, the new assignment will be to write a poem or a couple if you feel like it, about 100 to 300 words long. Make sure it's creative and use a lot of descriptive language, such as colors, shapes, or emotions. And then when you are done, submit it to the email here to jb32874p@pace.edu for grading and revision. And we will do what we've done before in the past, where I'll share my screen and then we'll go through the work and make any adjustments and corrections so then you can have a hands-on learning experience. Okay, so then without further ado, I guess we'll start the writing. I will bring this back up here for you all to see. And yeah, let's say I think it's 2:12 here. I think it's 6:30, 6:12 there. So when it is 6:30 your time, 12:30 my time, then we will meet back. And if you are done by then we'll start the grading and revision process. All right, have fun. And then I'll send my email in the chat for when it's done too. I was talking, I didn't realize I was still muted, but I really like that you put your name, and I like that you have a title and it's bolded and bigger than the rest of the text, so we know that it's a title. Okay, so let's read it. All right. Embrace your weakness, and I think you meant use it. So let's, and also it says here as well. So let's put use and then here and use it as a string. All right, thank you. Yes, that's what I thought. Um, embrace your weakness and use it as a strength between the dark and the daylight. Awesome. When the night is beginning to lower, I'm just gonna move that space back. So it's when the night is beginning to lower, take a pause in the day's occupations. I know you are tired and life is difficult. Let's see what this suggestion is. Okay, it just suggests to put a comma after that. So it breaks it up. And life is difficult. Go. So after punctuation, including commas and periods, we always put a space. Oops. And typically after a comma, we don't capitalize. So let's just make that a lowercase t. Talk to your loved one. So you are doing the action of loving them. So it would be loved ones. Let's see what this says. And then you wouldn't put a hyphen there. So you go talk to your loved ones, keep them safe, away from harm, wrap them gently within your arms. Oh, that's nice. I like that rhymed. You know, poems don't always have to rhyme, but implementing that here and there brings some sort of continuity, and that's great. Teach them to share and how to take turns. Set good examples from which they will learn. Wow, okay, another rhyme again. That's really good. At home, wherever they go. Keep believing in yourself and abilities. Don't forget they all are at your side. You exist to show others the true definition of being a beautiful person. Wow, that's great. I would just add, since this is the end of the poem, I would just add a period. Um, but it sounds really good. That was really nice. Dr. Sharp, what do you think about that?
Yes, it looks very nice, Alain.
Yeah, so really great. Good job. I'm going to add a comment here. Okay, and I got another email. So let me pull that one up. All right, this is the other poem that we got. Again, it's really good that you guys are putting like something in bold or indicating that this is the title. So that's great. Okay, let's read. I only heard, so we would change it to heard and just take away that E. So I only heard tell Gory, but I'd never go there. Okay, so let me add um a note. So when you're speaking of, let me add a comment. So there's three different types of there. So the there that you used, which was spelled like this, is possessive. And it's usually in terms of talking about a person or a group of people. Um, or an organization, and it like signifies ownership. Um, there, which is the correct one, since you're talking about Gori as a location, usually indicates a location. So that's when, since you're talking about Gori as a place, you would use there, spelled like this. And then let's just do this one because sometimes people mess this one up as well. And then there's, and they are. So there's like a conjunction of they and are. So when you're talking about somebody or describing somebody, put that there just so you can see that in the future. Okay. One day, during the vacancy school, do you mean when the school is empty?
In fact, he means um, during the vacation.
Oh, during vacation. Okay. Okay, one during we could say the school vacation. And then we can add a comma there, because usually when you say something like this, you add a comma. Vacation. I decide, so since this is past tense, we would add a D to this. So you decided to visit Gory with some friends. Oh, and sorry, going back up to here, I only heard tell, so I would take away heard and tell. I wouldn't put them right next to each other. I would probably put I only heard, or I have only heard, or had, since it's past tense, heard of Gory, but I never. And then since it's all we all want it to be in the same tense, so we will change that to went instead of go. Or gone since we added had. Okay. We can add a period. Okay, one day during the school vacation, I decided to visit Gory with some friends. Okay, so we can add a period there since you put a capital letter right here and it just starts a new sentence. Um, just arrived on the pier to take the boat. I think this was let's just take that away, the asterisk. Let's just get rid of that. Just arrived on the pier to take the boat. Okay. So you're with some friends. So you could put we and then took away just. You could say we arrived on the pier to take the boat. And see would be like you're seeing it now. So, and we're trying to keep that in the past in a different tense. So I saw an immense crowd. Immense is a good choice of word. I think it's a good descriptor. So good job on that. I saw an immense crowd. We forgot that it was. We could change that it to it's is usually it is. So let's change it to it was Saturday. The color of the boat is white. Good job on using a descriptor. So it creates an image for us to see. So now I can imagine the boat that you were about to get on or that you went on. And it is white. Let's take away the capital. I know sometimes it automatically does when you skip a line or you enter, it automatically capitalizes things. So that's okay. But the color of the boat is white, but we see in the middle some nice design with beautiful shapes. Okay. You could say we saw in the middle some nice design, or you could just say but in the middle. It's up to you. Some nice designs with beautiful shapes. And then we could put a period. And we can take I think this is gonna tell us to take away some. But in the middle, there were some. And let's put a comma here. I think, yeah. Some nice designs with beautiful shapes. It was to buy a ticket. There were many people. So I think I think you were saying that you had to buy a ticket, correct? So let's change that. We had to buy a ticket. There were many people. We could even put a word like what's the chat say? Sorry. What was very difficult? Was it difficult finding like a word or a phrase, or you mean like that's how it was during in the story when you were trying to buy a ticket? It's just one more good. Let's buy a ticket. We could say as there were many people, as there were many people there. Again, we're using there as a location. Or we could even say as many. That's it. Okay. Yes, as we had to buy a ticket as many people were there. That day, the sea is, so let's change the tenses. I'll make a note after about the tenses too, just like how there, and theirs was there. That day, the sea was very calm. Change that to here. Fortunately, I could buy, that doesn't need to be capitalized. Let's change that to a lowercase. And then I saw that you put in the chat buy instead of buy. So good job on catching that. I know sometimes gets mixed up. Fortunately, I could buy tickets for me and my two friends. I think this works, but for formality reasons, you could say for my two friends And I. Or not, let's see, and me, sorry. I think how you had it before was better. I was just trying to see if it was, if that would work too, so let me go back. The island is in 9 kilometers from Dakar, not far. Okay, so it's 9 kilometers away from, okay. The island is, well, is because it's still currently there, is 9 kilometers away from Dakar. Not far. Okay, instead of putting a semicolon, I'd probably put a period. Let's change that to a lowercase. So when we arrived, I was very surprised. Let's put a period. I saw a lot. Good that you put saw because that matches the tenses that we're using. I saw a lot of buildings reminding the ancient time. So I think you mean ancient. I think it would be there. Reminding the, so yeah, I was gonna say, I think you could put reminding me of of ancient times or the ancient times, but in terms of that, that would work best. I saw a lot of buildings reminding me of ancient times. So now that we've gone through that, I think a common thing to remember, see if I can, I'll just put it down in here and make sure that you know that it's a no. Remember changes. Um, so yeah, I think let's intenses, tenses, past, present, future. I'm going to make this ooh, red, bold, and italicized, so you can go back and just see. But other than that, it seems good. Dr. Sharf, do you have anything to say about this one?
I don't hear that was just the beginning, no, it's really nice too, yeah. Very nice.
Yeah. Okay, cool. That is the only other one I have so far. So if you all, let me pull up the color story slides. And then if you all want to do that, we could do that as well. So Alright, so no, the session isn't finished yet. We're going to, since last week and the week before, we weren't able to have the sessions. We're going to make up the last session. And here are the slides from that. We had a color story schedule. So, this is the first slide, so it's just the introduction. I hope everyone's doing well, and we're gonna be writing a story about a color. And then these are the rules for the and the requirements that we had listed for the color story. So you would pick a color, write about objects that share that color, and how the colors would make you feel, if it makes you feel any sort of emotion. For example, we have blue. You know, sometimes when people said they're feeling blue, or usually the color blue is associated with sadness. And write about and describe, but also it can be anything, you know, blue can make you feel, or any other color can make you feel anything. So you have the freedom and the creativity to be able to write that. And then try to write between 150 to 250 words, and then email it to the same email again. It's right here. And then we'll do the same thing. We'll go through and grade it. So let's do about 20 minutes. And let me know if you have any questions, put them in the chat. Feel free to turn on your microphone and ask. Yeah, but I'll put the requirements back up so we can do that. I think you all are getting really good practice today and doing 2 assignments. So again, have fun and do your best. And yeah, we'll meet back in about 20 minutes.